All right, folks, this is Msmia's place. At least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. We're on Founders, and we have this this lovely and really tight space that's been set up. Like here's the far shot, and it looks modest at the same time, highly detailed because it's been like embiggened a bit. You can see on the side we have the two gazebos that have been turned into like overhead porches. But as we kind of get closer, we can see the finer details as we go in. So I'll start off on the side here. Let's start off on this side and see what there is to check out. Now here we just have a really modest setup. Place for folks to sit, have coffee, enjoy a little something. It's kind of funny because like on the gazebo, when it's sized up like this, it ends up looking like really big. So it's like, oh, hello. So you feel like one of those kids in a crib or something like that. They don't want you to escape. That's the big thing. They just don't want to. They don't want to let you out. All right, let's see the backside really quick. And we do have some additional greens and trees set up here to, give a good, nice bit of dressing on the space and make it feel complete. And it looks like this whole side it feels very, very complete. I really like how this naturally flows in, as if we were like coming from like this path here. We come up, we have like this bit of a path to go inside. I really like the creative use of the Niffin arch here that's been used to create this kind of like this cozy spot. You can sit, hang out, have a little bit of privacy while we stare at the waterfall and look for fishies and, whatever it is that you feel like looking at. And then up here, now we climb this kind of like marbly porch setup, which kind of makes sense because you also have like the stone fountain here. So it feels like it fits properly. And then we walk in, same level here, they just never mind the climb. And you go into this little reading spot. That's cool. Yeah, really detailed there. I like that. I like that a lot. And then notice here, as we're going through the front of this area, it's been closed off with these trellises. These are the Stormwind trellises, I believe, that normally have the like the little fishies down there. But in this case, all the fishies are buried into the ground. They're dead, which is a big shame. But up here, it's nice and pretty. All right, that's what's most important. And they use that to kind of close off the spots while also being able to like use the greens here that's built into this trellis for a little bit of privacy. So that's pretty cool. Even the chickens, they get to live it up, hanging out on this marbly surface here. That's pretty cool. And then we head back to the front door. So here's like the shot from the front. So notice how you have like, a bit of privacy here. You have a lot of greens, again, that are set up to set up the front here. Like I said, it's really pretty. Really, really pretty. Except for the fish. Sorry about the fish. It's, they say the fish are still alive down there. I don't know. It's secretly gruesome, if you really want to overthink it. All right, so as soon as we go inside, we immediately are like tightened up. We go into this really tight entrance. They just kind of close everything off. But they have like this cool little tile set up. Very neat. We go in, like here's the entrance, and then they added like the other closet here. I guess to like just kind of make this hallway feel a little bit more complete. And then things open up to boom. Which, okay, I'm weirded out because I've seen this setup before, but it's different. This is not the same place. I'm pretty sure this is a different place, but I'm familiar with this fireplace setup. I've seen a variation of this before. It's very cool though, because you have, I'm sure I'm going to see it on the other side too. Yeah, you have on both sides this open fireplace kind of thing. But it's really dressed up. Not only do you have that, you have the trellises on the side to kind of give it a bit more depth, as well as the flower boxes up top. that no one can ever reach. I mean, who knows what's in that basket up there? Whatever it is, it's not important. What is cool though is how it really lights up the whole space. So here, like you have like this kind of like open air setup, you know, kind of this window, you have the window effect, but you don't necessarily have like light shining out or anything, but you do have like this really cool lighting effect here. You know, the light's coming out here. You can see it like bounce off of the furniture right here a bit. Turns out to be very cool looking. So I think we'll just kind of circle around this larger room here. And we'll make our way across. So right here, once again, we have the stormwind trellises that are turned around, dead fish on the other side. So watch the smell. And this is what? Wait, this is not the same house, but it's like such a familiar shape. I'm sort of weirded out here. Like, I'm pretty sure I haven't been here before, right? Let me double check, because now I'm like, no, they're new. I've never been to this place before. Okay, so yeah, I've seen a kind of slightly similar layout here. So there's like a kitchen. Yeah. So here's like the kitchen area, and yeah, this is a different place. So let's take a look and see what's going on. I like what's going on here because they took these books and they used them as like it's kind of like a skin. It's not even being really used as like functional books, but we have like, notice how they're like pushed all the way in like that. Very interesting. But we have the overhead shelf and we have the Borealis bottle lamps to illuminate what is inside. It's a little hard to see though, because these fireplaces are so bright that it's a little hard to tell. And it's not like it's the builder's fault. There's just like so many lighting effects that don't quite bounce or reflect off the same way. So it's a little hard to see how the light illuminates the contents inside. Like I said, it's not their fault. But I really like the look of this kitchen counter. It has this whole rustic look because it's using this style of the style of countertop. And then here you have what looks to be just like an enlarged crate, and I think maybe another crate, and then you have like this whole sink piece here. Yeah. And then over here, I really like this. I like what's going on here with this grill because it's simple. You know, they use basic shapes to like create the whole venting and everything. What do we have going actually? Goulash? No, that's a new thing. Yeah, that's a different kind of bowl setup. But yeah, Asian style stuff. Noodles, got dumplings. Delicious. I'm a big fan of these cabinets. I like this. And I love this little patterning that they had set up too. You know, just a little bit more personality to the spot. So let me start getting some screenshots. Make sure I don't miss anything. I love how here, like we're doing some work and it's so weird. Yeah, like here we are with the outside. So like I've seen a similar layout to this. So maybe this is just a kind of like a house style that is popular that folks have been emulating. So it could be that. Or great minds think alike, you know? Like the touch here, where you have baskets, but you have, again, the Borealis lights to brighten up the space. That's very cool. You know what would probably help? I don't know if Msmia is here. I don't know if you're like logged in right now. But if this was brought down to like, if the lighting was changed, maybe we'll be able to see like how the light ends up bouncing off in this area. Because I mean, this looks great. I really like the whole setup here. So like here we go. Here we, you know, check out these tables that have just been kind of like inverted, because it has a really clean shape to it. But here are the bar. I even have a little coaster. That's cute. And we can chill here while they're doing like cooking stuff. Nice and cool. Nice and cool. Notice as we pan back some, The kitchen area, it's part of the slants of this larger room. You know, it starts to like come down, but then they also support it with the multiple pillars here on this side here. Yeah, it looks real. So yeah, that's what I like about it so much. Like the kit bashing is there, but it's a bit limited. You know, it's nothing too crazy. It doesn't have anything that like stands out in too awkward of a way, but I'm sure we might see more. Now check out this other part of the cooking area. They just took the fireplace, used it as like this kind of like open oven / grill, jam that thing like right up top. I love how it kind of flows together. Because you have that rock surface, which is very, very attractive. I like the way that it sits. And again, like we have these shelves that are up top, you know, just like right up here, a bunch of overhead lights. I think it you know, I notice how it bounces better here. Yeah. You have that lived in feel with a bunch of stuff out, food's ready to go. Dry pantry stuff up top. How do we get to it? Not a paladin. Maybe like a demon hunter or whatnot. They'll be able to get it. Yeah, no problem. No, but really tight here. Even like one more sitting spot, like right here too. Yeah, this is really good. I love the shaping of this. The layout of this kitchen area is sick. I'm gonna guess more dry pantry. Boom. But we do have quite a bit stored up, and they even stored up leaves because they're delicious. I'm sure they're delicious as well. Absolutely. But yeah, lots of stuff that's filled out, ready to go for like a big party. Heck yeah. They're herbs. Okay. All right, so now we go around, and dude, I've seriously seen a setup like this before. It's crazy. But it's totally different too. So sorry for the deja vu. This is different though. Holy cow. Check this out. Damn. Oh, wow. Okay, the perspective of this shot is sick. Oh, that's neat. Ooh, that's neat. I love that feel of distance. You know, that canoe that's all the way over there. You have like these rapids that are coming down, and you even have like a mountain. You have that illusion of mountain stuff going on there. There's this weird bug when you're in the outdoor rooms though. When you have the camera backed into like the floor, it kind of darkens like that. So it's kind of a weird thing. Hopefully Blizzard fixes that at some point. But yeah, really cool. That whole sense of distance, that's sick. All right, let's turn around a bit, and we have, oh wow, oh damn. Woo! That's really good. That's really good. This is clean. This looks really, really clean. At first glance, oh man. I mean, you have like these large, huge platforms, in fact, that are dressing the top. The rest of these is supported by multiple beams here. You have pillars on the side, and then things that are put together to create like these shapes. So like for example, here you have like multiple doorways that have been like manipulated to create these sort of like window sets, followed by the trellises and dead fish down there. Sorry, I can't not mention that. To create this sort of window sort of setup, but it's just a window, right? Yeah, it's not trying to be something that we like see through or walk through or anything. I mean, okay, we can see through it. We can see that there's the fishies, yay! So yeah, they're somewhere. You have that on both sides, and then like here was like the bathtub or a freaking hot tub. Boom. So let me chill here and enjoy the view. That's really good, dude. I'll be curious to see what happens when I walk back there. Enjoy some coffee, and like again, the views, they're just really, really good. Damn. Let's go over to this other side here. And then again, we have the Niffin Arch that's being used as a booth. So we have this little bit of a private booth, have a smoke, have a little something to read, smell the fish. It's all good. And then out here, we have like this really cool outdoor barbecue kind of kitchen-y setup. Oh, that's sick. Oh, I love how this this kind of like folds together. Let's put a big old tree right over here. Boom. To help close up the spot a little bit more. Nice and easy. And then we have this kind of stone grill set up. Grills are right there. We got our Gilnean walls. That is something. Yeah, a wooden something. Actually, or yeah, some sort of table set up. This is a bit more familiar. The dwarven fence post. And then here we are. We're back with the shelves. No overhead lights here. You know, there's no electricity or magic electricity that's running through here. Really sick. Really, really sick. Like I just really love how it feels closed up. Like even though we're outside, notice how the trees, they help to really tighten the space up. But now I got to go here. So now we're kind of breaking perspective because we're gonna be like kind of climb it up here to like see what's going on. But if anything, we're mostly here to kind of see how this illusion is being set up. So yeah, that's really good. Slanted this way, and then it's just rugs and rugs and rugs that help to line up the spot. That's crazy because they needed to like make sure that these are all at like a decent angle and all that. And then whatever rock or whatnot is back there is just kind of clipped sort of outside of the skybox room so we can create that whole, you know, that faded illusion of distance. Oh, that's really good. That's really, really good. Now there's a floor here too. I almost failed to notice a floor. A lot of the time I'll see people who put down like a couple of these stepping stones. Is okay, we'll just put them down wherever. Here we go. To kind of give that illusion. No, they just filled it up. They're like, no, we're just gonna keep piling it on again and again and again until we're done, and then fill out the rest with like maybe like some single pieces here and there. That's really good. That's really, really good. Because it looks so natural. Goodbye budget. You know, it's a lot of things that go into like these sorts of rocks. And I haven't seen it really put into practice. And I know it's hard to pull off too, because, you know, how do you do it in a uniform way? There's going to be things that clip. You can kind of see it here, but at the same time, it just looks hella good. It's so good. Oh man, it's sick. This is sick. Wow. I can go on about like this, about this room here. But I love what was done here with the whole perspective illusion here. Like I almost want to say like, you know, find a way to like wall this off and prevent us from going any further, just so we can like keep this shot here. Oh, it's really good. Hell good. Oh, and you can see that there's another booth down here too. Woo. So we all hang out. Benches have been set up. Nice. Nice. Mountain View was inspired by my engagement last year. Oh, congratulations. Nice. And then again here, like the illusion of coming outside. Oh, this is A+, man. So it looks like it's, okay, I can kind of like tell because I can, thanks to this bug and how this thing works. Actually, no, it basically starts here. So here's where we like start stepping outside. Like, look at how much distance that they had to build out to preserve the illusion here. It's really good. You have to try really hard to like be like, oh, there it is. There's the outside, you know. But otherwise, oh, this is really, really, really good. I don't know what to take a screenshot of. There's like so many things that I can like take here. And we've looked at like 2 rooms so far. Good God. All right. Well, we got to look at other stuff, right? We didn't even finish looking at this room yet. So here we are in kind of like the family room, as I'm going to call it. Not sure if that's like a TV or what have you, but here we can sit. We have these nice sectionals being set up. Okay, I can't sit. Why can I not sit? No? Doesn't want me to sit? Fine. Very well. No sitting allowed here, but we can sit. We can eat some filigree lights, because I'm sure those are very crunchy and delicious and bright. And then talk. No phones allowed here. No TV. Actually, well, no, that might be a TV. And then this might just be like, this just a cool lighting effect to set to kind of warm up the spot. Blue fire, in fact. And I like that they didn't have to put the rocks here, but they did. That's sick. Is like a frame TV? It could be something like that. But I love how it kind of closes off. You have like the multiple pillars that double up to, close up the TV spot, but also leave room for like shelf space. And then they just added some wall shelves to make shelf space instead of, adding a shelf, all that. And notice again, we have the trellises that are like all around, that are like all over the place. I like how this comes together, this whole window setup. So we have the illusion of the outside. Very cool. Bunch of trees, greens, and of course rugs to set up the outside area. But also, I just like how the 3 pillars here, they come together to like make this really clean looking shape. Notice how this also lines up with the middle of this larger room. And then from there, it just kind of like comes together on its own. You have these the silver moon platforms, nets to be used to separate us from the outside. And then a little bit, and then you have some sun shining coming down. I can see some of the windows right over there, but also it looked like I saw some sun shafts. So like I see a little bit right there and there. Very cool. Damn. And we're still not quite done with the room itself, because this has all been kind of carved out too. So notice how the roof here, it kind of keeps going still and still. So now this here is like the actual end of the room. So back in this spot, we have this kind of like den / sleeping area. Oh Jesus, no. But it's also this other outside illusion. Oh, that looks really good. God damn. That's so dope. So I think these are like some of the newer, I'm not familiar with all the new waterfall kinds of effects that have come out, but I think this is one of the new ones, because wow, the flow here is like really intense. But we have this whole outdoor illusion being set up with what looks like the underside of some other structure, because it has like these different gradients here. So it's kind of like sitting funny. I can't tell what it is. It could be a whole bunch of different things. That's actually the Razorwind fountain. Okay. So it is something that's not new. Nice. It's just done really well. I haven't seen it done like this before. That's sick. And then as we get a little bit closer, we have some familiar work down here with the greens and trees and everything. But the shot back here is what you look at. You have a little bit of that moon action there. And it's good from like most angles. It's only when you get like really close that you start to like kind of break out of the illusion. But man, that's sick. That's so cool. That's so damn cool. No secrets back here. These shelves are all filled with actual books. Yeah, see the moon back there. That's so good. That's really, really good. Yeah, that's some crazy work. All right, so that's that room. And that actually might be it. Those might be the rooms. Unless there was like a secret thing that I missed there. It's my forever work in progress. No, that's all right. That is quite all right. Really good. Really, really good. You know, so you know, to drive the point home, like you don't need to have like, you don't need to fill out every room with like stuff. And even then, like you can see here, there's like lots of space here. So there's potential for this to be like, to turn into like a bit of something else, not too much something else, you know, because there's plenty of room, but you don't want to take out too much room, because otherwise it might feel cramped. Like this definitely has the vibe of wanting to be like this open air space. You know, this can be a place for like folks to set up and gather. We can set up like some standing tables or something like that if they wanted to. You know, it's like, oh, we're gonna have a bigger gathering. Let's have some additional places to sit or stand for guests and whatnot. Or let's invite more people outside to the backyard so they can enjoy the sights and sounds there. Really great place though. Love, you know, awesome detail in each of these, like each wall panel has been given like great care to make sure that it feels immersive, that it feels that, you know, and of course when you pan back, it all comes together. Really good.